Shalom, family. Good to see everyone here. Hope you're doing well. Well, we're going to talk about Trump's economy. Now, I guess if you're rich, it really doesn't matter what the inflation is to you, but if you are not, then it really matters a lot. Now, Donald Trump is saying that there is no inflation and this economy is strong, and we know the man is lying. So the bottom line is if he won't even admit how bad things are, then he's not going to fix anything. Okay, plain and simple. He is never going to fix something. And he's looking at the whole situation and sees nothing wrong. So that in itself is a problem. But there's a lot of people that see it quite differently. So Donald Trump is still on that he doesn't care about the financial situation of the American people. So if you're struggling, Donald Trump is letting you know he don't give a crap. He does not care. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Yep. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you.
About 36 hours ago, I posted a video saying America's headed into recession. A few hours later, the Wall Street Journal came out with a full-page article saying we're headed into recession. CNBC backed it up yesterday. This is becoming mainstream. I didn't really know how fast this was going to gain traction, but I knew we were very, very close. Okay. Yesterday, the market was down 850. Today, right now, it's down about 700 points. Just a few hours ago, Trump has threatened Canada with more pain than we've ever inflicted on our best friend and neighbor, Canada. This is becoming faster and faster. This is going to happen. Okay, 1.5 million of you have watched this video since I posted it 36 hours ago, and I know a lot of you guys are afraid. Okay, and I'm sorry about that, but you should be afraid. Trump is unhinged. Okay. I've known him half my life. He's a sociopath. He has no empathy for other people. He doesn't feel anyone else's pain. And he's the most powerful man and one of the richest people in the world now. And so he doesn't feel grocery store pain or any other pain or like that. He's just going to keep going forward. I wouldn't be surprised if we sent troops into Canada. Our best friend. Okay. All right. So what do you do? Let's get down to it. Here's what we have to do, guys. We have to outlast this guy. That's it. Okay. Yeah, the GOP is a mess. There's a bunch of cowards in there that won't stand up to the bully Trump. I get it. You're right about that. Okay. But Trump is the lightning rod. He is the sociopath. Okay. They're just a bunch of cowards, the other people. But Trump is the sociopath. We have to outlast this guy. All right. What do you do? I've written 4 books on money. I have some suggestions for you. I hope you'll consider them as you go forward. Okay. Please build an emergency fund. I want you to build the biggest emergency fund that you can. Ideally 12 months, okay, of money. So if you make $50,000 a year, you need a $50,000 emergency fund. If you make $100,000 a year, et cetera, you need $100,000. Now, if you're sitting there saying, Steve, I think that's great, but I can't, how am I going to possibly do that? I don't know. I'm talking to 1.5 million people, so everyone's different, okay? But I do have some suggestions, very broad suggestions. Some of it will work for some people and others for others, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, number 1. Go through your subscriptions, Netflix, Hulu, all these subscriptions we have, but we don't use most of them, Audible, all that stuff, right? Prime, and cancel them. Cancel them for now. You can get them back later, okay? And especially movies, okay? Well, we pay for movies. I know it's $20 or $10 or, $30 or whatever it is. Get a library card if you don't have it. This is my library card for the North Georgia Library System. I love the library. I check out books. I was in there yesterday, check out books all the time, and just fantastic. It's all free. It's all free. They have games in there for kids, for families to play. They have a whole DVD section of most of these libraries. It's amazing if you go through your public library, okay, what you can find. For now, make that your entertainment system. Cancel all these things. It adds up. I know it's not a ton, but it's going to add up. Okay, number 2, sell off all the old stuff you can. Go through your old clothes, your attic, your basement, everything you can. You're probably sitting on thousands and thousands of dollars that you don't know, go on that you don't really, that you just haven't looked into. Go on Facebook Marketplace, sell it there. Okay, sell it on eBay, sell it whatever platform you want. You can probably bring in several $1,000s, okay, doing that. Number 3, stop donating to charities. I know this is controversial. Do it for now. Now you are the charity. You guys, this is the threat of our lifetime, okay? We need to get ahead of this thing before this guy collapses the entire economy and no one has any work and the grocery store shelves are barren and no one's getting Social Security checks or they're interrupted, okay? That's the threat level we have right now, guys. I'm telling you, I've known Trump half my life. I know what he's capable of, okay? He just threatened Canada with an inch of their life, and we have a lot of power. He has a ton of power. We have a power of his, with our money and obviously our defense. I mean, this whole house of cards that Trump is creating is going to crash, okay? And there's going to be major consequences. We have to get ahead of this. You've got to protect your family, okay? Now, again, if you're listening to this and you're a MAGA person, you go, Siebold, you don't understand, blah, 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 and you watch Fox News every day, I can't help you. I don't know what to tell you. You've been bamboozled. I'm just telling you that. Fox News is not a news channel. I've been on Fox 300 or 400 times as an author. Okay, that is an entertainment channel. That's why every woman that's an anchor looks like a model, and every guy is not a journalist. They come from some other entertainers, basically, and they're very good at convincing you that they're journalists and not entertainers. Okay, if you want to follow Fox News, God bless you. I can't help you at this point. If you can't see Trump as a sociopath, I don't know how to help you. Okay, I'll help you if you voted for him, and I don't care. It doesn't matter anymore. He's in. Okay, and I hope you'll wake up. But okay, so stop charitable donations now. You are the charity right now. You'll get back to it later. You know who funds charities, you guys? Rich people. I've dealt with them for 41 years. Really rich people. They write a check, they don't even feel it. Okay, I know it feels good to donate to charity. I've done it for years, probably like you have. Stop doing it for now. Okay, number 4, and this is going to hit some of you hard. If you're a church person, stop tithing. Stop giving the church 10%. Okay, the 10% is not going to get you into heaven. Okay, no matter what they tell you. Let's be honest. We got to get down to brass tacks, guys. Please, let's get down to it. We are in a crisis situation. We're right before the storm. And again, if I'm wrong, then fine. Then I'll be happy to be wrong. And it's just hyperbole I'm using and I'm exaggerating. Hey, that'd be great, wouldn't it? I'm telling you, because I have inside information on Trump, I know I'm not wrong. I think I'm not wrong. I don't know it, but I want to be wrong. But stop tithing. Okay, now, if you're really, conflicted about this, you're still giving 10% to the church. I want you to go to your church and ask them, if you lose your house or they kick you out of your apartment, you got your kids and you're on the street, is the church going to take you in? Are they going to let you live there? Are they going to feed you? Believe me, if you don't pay your 10%, Franklin Jansen of the Free Chapel Church, which is right down the street from my house in Georgia here, he'll have plenty of jet fuel for his jet. Okay, Kenneth Copeland will be able to fund his mansion. All right. Joel Osteen, he has a $40 million mansion. His lawn care will be fine without your 10%. Okay. They're not going to take you in. They're going to leave you on the street. They're not going to feed you. Okay. If they do, then they maybe pay them the 10%. All right. But I don't think that's going to happen. All right. You got to keep the money for now. You can always go back to doing it. Okay. But not now, not while Trump is destroying the country. All right. We can't stop him right this second. It's going to take a little time. We gave him all the power. We gave him the keys to the kingdom. Okay. All right. So here's another one. Start a business. Now, if you go, well, what do I do? I don't know what to do. It doesn't matter. The tax system in this country that Reagan changed in 1986 is all for starting small business. It's all geared towards small business. You don't have to make a profit. What you want to do is be able to write off part of your apartment, part of your house, when you use your car, your dry cleaning, all these write-offs you have to reduce your tax bill so you can have more cash before. I've been telling people this for years. Other people have been telling this for years. You should be paying half of what you are in taxes. Okay, because you have write-offs. This is legal, all legal. You have 3 years to show a profit. I don't care if you don't make any money. You can still write off all these things and have a lower tax bill. So if you're paying 24%, okay, maybe you pay 12% because you have all these write-offs. Rich people do this every day, guys. This is all legal and everything, okay? Please do this, even if you don't make a profit, okay? I have a little business called I Buy Guitars because I like guitars, okay? I have a lot of them in my house. I have a collection, okay? I hardly make any money on it at all. I just enjoy doing it, but I write off part of my house because I got so many guitars in this house. I don't even know how many I have. Okay. It's just a hobby thing, but I use all the write-offs to reduce my tax bill by 50%. 50. Okay. That's a big number. All right. Start a business. I don't care what it is. Doesn't matter. If you can't start a business, you go, I don't know, I'm not really sure. Side hustle, Uber, Lyft, deliver pizzas. Okay. It's not a ton of money. I get it. And it's a pain in the ass to do. I understand. You're busy. You got kids. You got, all these things. I understand. Okay. But if you take all that money and just dump it into an emergency fund, it adds up pretty fast. Okay. It really will add up. You need as much as you can possibly get. Okay. Number 7, stop discretionary spending. Stop going on Amazon just for now. You could do it later. Okay. When things get better, stop going on Amazon and buying stuff you don't need, or things if you don't absolutely need it, please don't buy it. We just have to outlast this guy. That's all we have to do. Okay. I don't know how long it's going to take. So do whatever you possibly can do. My last one is keep your cash. Stop investing in your Roth or your 401k. That's terrible advice. I advise people, I love the Roth IRA. It's fantastic, okay? You need liquid cash. If this thing all goes to hell and it looks like it's going fast, you're going to need cash. Please protect your family. Please protect your kids. Don't listen to these goofballs that tell you, oh, this is all exaggeration. Hey, if it is, and I'm just exaggerating, and Trump doesn't destroy the country or the economy, you can take all this emergency money, put it into a Roth IRA, and you'll have a bunch more money for your retirement, and it'll all be good. You can't lose in this deal. But if it goes to hell, guys, I want you to be protected. Don't let this guy take your life away. Don't let him make your children suffer. Please, please consider these ideas. Thanks for watching.
$5 is 1 gallon. 1 gallon. Bro, can we get it together? Can we truly, honestly get it together?
Yo, Trump, we get it. I got to go to work next week. I can't do this.
This economy is set up for people to fail. Gas prices are high as hell. Food is high.
This is why I get pissed off. Pump stops at 150. I'm not even at 3/4 of a tank. And here's the reason why. Because it's $5.50 for a gallon of freaking diesel.
$75 to fill my gas tank. $75. And I have to do it once a week.
Gas is $4.50 here in Kentucky, y'all. $4.50, and I'm in Lexington. I'm about to bring out the horse and wagon again. I can't keep doing this.
And you're expected to manage and be able to keep up. There's got to be a way that this system has to work better, because this is getting ridiculous.
The reason we're paying this much is because Donald Trump started a war. Someone said, how long will gas prices be high? He goes, for a little while, but it's okay. It's okay. It's worth it. Is it worth it? Tell me, is it, Donald? Oh, Donald, tell me, is it worth it? It's not.
So it has just been revealed that Trump has exploded the national debt. It is the largest it has ever been in history. And I don't mean just the number. I mean, our national debt is now larger than the entire.
Why is it always the poor people that are helping the poor people? No, there's no bootstraps for me to pull up anymore. I had my annual physical yesterday. I'm 65 years old. I'm legally blind. I'm on disability. I went to my doc and I lost 28 pounds in the last year. I did not need to lose 28 pounds. I did not try to lose 28 pounds. I lost the 28 pounds because I cannot afford to eat anymore. Under Biden, I'm so sorry. Under Biden, I was able to put $100 a month away for food, along with my SNAP, and I did okay. I could get fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and meat. It is just me. But now, with grocery prices so high, propane, electricity out of this world, I now only allow myself $65 a month for food.
Sharon, are you on SNAP benefits?
Let me tell you, under Joe Biden, I received $80 a month for SNAP. That was taken away from me under Donald Trump. He took it away. He gave me $24 a month. I did receive that for a couple of months. Then he took it down to $12.50 a month. I said, screw you. So I'm not doing that no more. So now I get $65 a month, Mimi. And for them people out there, all these Republicans that are doing so flipping well right now, I have 3 potatoes. I have a half a tomato. I have 3 bananas, 1 apple, 1 can of soup, a half a loaf of bread, 1 egg, and 1 can of green beans. I do not get paid until the 3rd. I am disability blind. I cannot drive a car. I'm 15 miles out of town, so I am not able to just trot my butt down to the food shelf. I used to volunteer at the food shelf. I can't even do that anymore. I don't understand. I'd like somebody to explain to me, why is it always the poor people that are helping the poor people? I don't understand. But what I want to say, Mimi, is that it's really close to coming, like that man said, the end is coming near, and it can't be any more true for me, because I've lost 28 pounds in 1 year. My doctor told me I cannot do that again. But with $65 a month, what the hell am I supposed to do? So I suspect within the next year, I probably won't be alive anymore, because I don't know what else to do. I cannot afford to live anymore. But I would love for you to bring on a guest that can maybe explain to us, why is it that all these Republican callers are all doing so God blessed well, but other people like me are not? Now, there's no bootstraps for me to pull up anymore. It is just what it is, and I have accepted my life for what it is. I'm not even the worst. There's people out there that are worse off than me.
It's not just the jobs report that came out today that's showing we are at a critical mass, that we are on our way to an economy that may be the worst in history, that plummets so drastically in such a short amount of time that no president has been able to accomplish this anywhere on the planet. It's all the billionaires and all the business leaders who are all saying, we are in a recession. It's all of the stockbrokers, all the Wall Street types that are hearing Fox News say that the stocks are record-breaking, doing record-breaking highs. They're looking at the numbers underneath the numbers, and they know this is really, really bad. So what does the Trump administration do to distract their base? Well, let's have Donald Trump sign an executive order renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Why? Because the Trump base is salivating to take down woke. They're like a bunch of hungry dogs that'll eat anything up if it means taking down woke. They won't look or see anything else but that. And it works. Let me tell you, listen to this. An estimated cost for renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War is expected to be in the billions of dollars. To change the name of just 9 military bases, which we did in the past, was $39 billion. This massive expense is due to the logistical and administrative overhaul required to change the names of hundreds of agencies, update official documents, replace emblems and signage across various military installations and equipment, and rebrand countless other materials and systems. Tens of billions of dollars to do this. At this point, we can't just blame this regime. We can't just blame an orange turd who never ran a business that didn't go bankrupt. In history, we're going to look back at all the Trump voters who put them in office. So if your shifts are being cut, if jobs are being cut, if your company is shutting down, blame a Trump voter. If you're getting kicked off of Medicaid, if your insurance company is dropping all the Medicare plans because the price of prescriptions have gone up because of this administration, blame a Trump voter. If your school is hemorrhaging, no money to properly educate your kids, departments are being closed, and you name it, blame a Trump voter. The list goes on and on. That's how I feel.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of people think the world that we experienced before COVID is somehow going to come back, and that world is long gone. While it has not been fully established, the American people, we are in a recession. There's no way I just saw someone pay $95 for gas. Like, that's literally a bill. And I hate to say it, until we, the people, start cutting out expenses and making these corporations feel it, nothing's going to change. Like, I think it's been made very clear these people do not care about our well being as humans. And it's up to us to kind of put our foot down to make that happen.
We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history in 1 year.
Back home, the average price of gas is now above $4 in every single state. New Fox polling shows 58% of respondents say the cost of living is their top economic worry. That's up 8 points from February. And 71% disapprove of the president's performance on the economy.
On Tuesday morning at the Pentagon, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth stood alongside Joint Chiefs Chairman Dan Kane to brief reporters on the latest in the Iranian conflict, including ongoing clashes in the Strait of Hormuz and the Trump regime's effort to escort commercial ships through the region. Take a look.
Well, as you know, President Trump has directed U.S. Central Command to restart the free flow of commerce through the Strait of Hormuz under the umbrella of Project Freedom. To be clear, this operation is separate and distinct from Operation Epic Fury. Project Freedom is defensive in nature, focused in scope, and temporary in duration, with one mission: protecting innocent commercial shipping from Iranian aggression. American forces won't need to enter Iranian waters or airspace. It's not necessary. We're not looking for a fight, but Iran also cannot be allowed to block innocent countries and their goods from an international waterway. Iran is the clear aggressor, harassing civilian vessels, threatening mariners from every nation indiscriminately, and weaponizing a critical choke point for its own financial benefit, or at least trying to.
Well, because Donald started an illegal, unconstitutional war of choice against the advice of senior military who knew this is exactly what would happen. So, in other words, Donald and Hegseth are presenting to the American people a solution for a problem they caused, a problem that did not exist before Donald's illegal, unconstitutional war against Iran. Also, I don't know about you. I am so tired of these little boys playing soldier. The language, the way in which they discuss combat and conflict as if it were just some kind of video game. These are not serious people. And what's worse is they are so incompetent and they don't understand how any of this works. Why is that a problem? Because this situation is going to get much worse before it gets better because the people in charge don't know what they're doing. Hegseth was asked directly if this means that the now an American policy of escorting ships through the Strait of Hormuz, which Iran now controls and has closed, means that the ceasefire is over. And this was his response.
President Trump is tired of hearing about how much things are costing you.
So I don't want to hear about the affordability because right now we're much less. If you look at energy, we're getting close to $2 a gallon gasoline. With Biden, it was $4.50, $5. Another thing, inflation. We had the worst inflation in the history of our country. Now we have virtually no inflation at all. It sounded a very low number and a very normal number.
That was Trump just last night. Now, you can feel any way you want about what the president just said. As always, I do not report on feelings in this video. I'm going to get into the actual facts and the numbers when it comes to what he's talking about, gasoline and inflation. Before I do that, I just want to take you back a few years. Do you remember when inflation was really high? And I was reporting on it here on my page every single month. But President Biden and his entire administration would say up and down and over again that inflation was transitory. And then when the inflation numbers did actually start to come down, the Biden administration kept saying, see, the economy is getting better. But you called bullshit. You said over and over that the cost of living was too high. I know, because you were telling it to me in my comment section too. And that was happening because you were feeling the long.
Well, yeah, I mean, inflation actually did start under Biden. And they used the Ukraine war a lot as an excuse. But to me, if America was not at war, the inflation made no sense. But here we are with Donald Trump. Donald Trump took Biden's inflation and he made it worse. So I would say the last two presidents actually are responsible for the inflation. Now, Donald Trump has really made it worse with the war, with the tariffs, and always just bullying people. He doesn't even know how to talk to other world leaders. I would watch him, whenever they would gather. Donald Trump he really talks down to people, including other world leaders. And now it's at the point nobody wants to work with America. And I told you when he was doing those tariffs, people all over the globe, countries just stopped buying US goods. US goods are not moving at all. And we already know what he did to farming. These farmers, they ain't making no money, not like they used to. But I don't feel bad for them because, especially white farmers, they got all kinds of contracts and deals and everything. Well, yeah, Donald Trump pretty much took all of that away from them, but at least you still had those opportunities. Black farmers never had those opportunities. So I really don't feel bad for any of you anyway. But yes, I definitely believe we've been in a recession for quite some time. And some people are calling it a depression, that we're in a depression. So, clearly it depends on your situation. But the thing with the gas is going to get worse. The jet fuel and costing you more to fly, all of that's going to get worse. Housing, there's no improvement in housing. People can hardly afford to go out here and get a house now. So Donald Trump is just not the one that's going to turn this around, y'all. He is not going to turn this situation around because you heard what he said. He said there is no inflation. That's what he said. So if he does not recognize a problem, he's not going to fix what he doesn't recognize. So we are stuck with this inflation, and it's up to us to get through it the best that we can. And that's what we have to do. And stay prayed up with our Heavenly Father so he can see us through this entire disastrous thing that's going on with the economy. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. So, y'all, stay safe out here. And we just going to have to not live beyond our means. If there are things that you once could splurge on and afford and you just can't do it now, it is really, truly best that you keep that money in your bank account or your wallet, or you can do some of the same things, but maybe just cut back on it some. So, y'all, all we got to do is lean on our Heavenly Father. And that's what we should do through this whole thing, because there is no Gentile on this planet that's going to fix what's wrong at all. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Have a wonderful Shabbat, and I will see you on my next live. Just be on the lookout. Shalom, family.